done with all 20 lectures! Congratulations! Congratulations on making it to the end of 20 lectures. Congratulations for making it to the end of the term. Congratulations to myself, me, for dedicating all that effort and time to giving all 20 lectures. I'm pretty sure I've gained an extra pound of muscle mass on this arm from all the erasing and writing and moving around that I've done. The goal of this class was to give you a good initial condition as you march forward in your quantitative science and engineering core curriculum. As a scientist and engineer, our goal is to solve important and pressing problems of the world, especially during challenging times. I hope that each of you will find a scientific problem of importance that you feel deeply passionate about and use your engineering background to provide unique solutions for the world. You are not always guaranteed well-posed problems. There are no boundary conditions, and you need to transform the world towards a hope of a better day. Bend the arc of history and science. You can do it. Only you can do this. For those of you who resonated with the fundamental aspects of the course, please consider going to graduate school for a PhD. We need you now more than ever. We need bright minds like yourself to show the world that science enables technologies and breakthroughs and innovation that pushes humanity forwards. Every curve on a rocket's trajectory, every algorithm that powers clean water, every technology that fights cancer or decodes the human genome, the solutions to pressing and important problems of the world all begin with bright young students like yourself. Students who have the courage to see patterns within the chaos, to filter out the noise, especially as the world has become increasingly more noisy. You may have wondered throughout the course, why do I gotta learn all this? Especially in the era of artificial intelligence, I don't need to know separation of variables. Ain't nobody got time to learn Fourier series, Laplace transforms. AI will solve all the math problems for me. Throughout the course, I've compared learning math to learning a foreign language. So let me make a counter-argument to your argument. Why do so many of you work so hard to learn a foreign language? I'm sorry to break it to you, but AI can translate far better than you can. And with recent real-time AI translator, they give immaculate translations with minimal time delay. Well, you may have many different answers against my question, but one answer might be knowing a foreign language opens you up to new doors in the world. It fundamentally changes the way you see and think about the world, other cultures, and problems. It may even change your fundamental character, identity, and your confidence about yourself. For those of you who know more than one language, you know that there are many words that describe situations that don't exist in other languages. Oh, there's this precise word in my mother tongue that perfectly describes the situation that we're in right now, and it doesn't exist in English. And that is absolutely beautiful because it adds creativity and color to the way you perceive the natural world. That is precisely the kind of worldview that foreign languages can offer. Math is the language we use to communicate science and engineering. Knowing the mathematical language will empower you as a scientist and as an engineer in profound ways. It blows my mind that we can write down a cute little equation and have that equation explain the natural world that we live in. Explain how energy and matter flows within materials, how to engineer robust materials that are literally life-saving for many humans. Going back to the question of, why do we gotta learn all this math in the era of AI? Well, I'm sorry. It's unlikely that you'll actually use separation of variables and remove a non-homogeneous boundary condition to design a curve on a rocket's trajectory, or develop an algorithm that powers clean water. It's not so much about taking this course literally, as much as it is about changing the way you think about problems. My hope is that it changes the way you see the world and how you can break down a complex problem into simpler, tangible parts. The Fourier series. The fact that the world can be broken down into waves that can be added together. Superposition and linearity. The fact that you can take a complicated problem and break it down into easier problems that can be added together for your overall solution. The Laplace transform. The fact that you can take a complex differential equation and just solve an easier algebra problem to get your overall solution. These are game-changing ways to view the world of science and engineering, just like a foreign language. My hope for all of you is that you will all find a scientific problem of importance that you think about as you rest your head and go to bed at night and you can't stop thinking about it, and you spring out of bed the following morning and can't wait to get into the lab and seeing what happens to all of your results. Thank you for staying until the very end. ありがとうございました. See you next time. Bye.